Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're back. Well, actually, I guess not really children of all ages, like 16 plus maybe? I don't know.
Better not bring your kids.
Byron is not responsible for the things that he says or does or lewdly makes love to his computer while we're recording.
I do nothing lewd, sir. It's lascivious.
I don't know, sir. Some of the things you do can be construed as lewd, I think.
That's perhaps true.
We're here to talk about 205 Live. We're here to talk about NXT. We're here to talk about some other things, maybe. Do we have anything we want to say about the whole Rosemary Sexy Star deal?
Yeah, what the fuck's going on with Sexy Star? She got like some sort of clinical case of bitchitis.
It seems like it's probably the case.
Is this just a case of nobody tells her no and then she just does things?
Yeah, it seems like that's the case. I mean, they went through the whole thing of stripping a title from Taya to give to her instead of having her have a match, and she said she was never going to wrestle again, and now she's, popping other girls' arms out of their sockets, and someone please clue me in, what is her appeal?
Well, she is very attractive.
Not any more so than a number of other ladies they have, in the same match, even. Yeah,
probably true. But I don't know, honestly, to tell you the truth. It's not her technique. It's not her work rate. She does have a great personality. I don't know. But she seems to get over, and therefore she stays employed. And like I said, I don't think anybody's straight up told her, listen, bitch, nah. Yeah, they straight up stripped her arch enemy, shoot arch enemy apparently, of a title to just hand to her. What the fuck kind of entitlement do you expect, I suppose?
I mean, I guess if people let you get away with it, you're gonna do shit.
I've done stuff before. It was pretty good.
What are the chances that it's actually a work? I don't think it is. I'm just saying, what are the chances?
I'm going to go 0.5%.
I think that's even being generous.
Probably, because Rosemary got right on social media and called her straight up a liar several times, and yada yada yada, and all kinds of stuff.
To me, it's point several zeros and then maybe a 2.
Well, I'm trying to be within the realms of reality here, Mr. Pedanticism.
I think that's within the realms of reality.
See? Told you.
I did like the Kevin Castle comment on the whole thing, because he's talking about how people are asking him if it's really actually a work, and he's like, I hate to say this, but I think people watch too much wrestling.
That is distinctly possible.
So, I mean, there's that. Okay, so let's start off with 205 Live. We got Jack Gallagher, Brian Kendrick versus Gentleman Jack Gallagher. No DQ. I think that this match probably was supposed to go longer, and Gentleman Jack getting busted open brought it to a bit of we'll call it a clumsy end.
Yeah, I think that was obviously they're still in the PG era, so blood's not cool, and so rather than actually just having that would have been.
Although I do actually kind of wonder if Gallagher might have actually suffered proper head trauma, because the way he was looking when he was held in the captain's hook for the finish,
yeah,
it looked like he kind of wasn't there. So I think
that's very possible. So if that's the case, then I can see totally. Yeah, they should have basically done what they did. But the way that the match had been going, can you imagine Gentleman Jack doing exactly the same thing he was doing, but covered in blood? Holy fuck, that would have been the greatest match 205 Live has ever seen. I could have watched him kick the shit out of Brian Kendrick for hours. It would have been fantastic. And it's like, yes, I'm still bleeding. I'm still bleeding, Kendrick.
I'm still bleeding, Kendrick. Is this what you want, Brian?
You don't know where I've been, Brian. You don't know where I've been.
I just enjoyed the quiet, sociopathic Gentleman Jack Gallagher character that's coming out of the
high-functioning sociopath. Get it right.
This is largely the only upset of this feud, because we've crapped on this feud pretty much repetitively every step of the way.
Yeah, and it's mostly the way that they've been booking Brian Kendrick. This has not made sense since day one. And they kept pushing Brian Kendrick to go out there and do things.
Day one kind of made sense, but then, we've been stuck in this loop where you're a clown, I'm a fighter, but I'm not actually going to fight you.
Yeah, it has never made sense. It didn't make any sense for them even to ever have had a feud. It doesn't. It just suddenly, I'm feuding with you.
And the sad thing is, if we're being honest, like Brian Kendrick versus Gallagher could have been a very good feud and could have been set up very easily. So put your fantasy booking hat on, and just follow me here for a moment. You just have the two have a match on 205 Live.
Yeah.
And during the match, it's a good match, decent time, say 12, 13 minutes. And Kendrick has to cheat to win. But the referee catches him, DQs him.
Yeah.
Kendrick then starts on this tirade of, I'm a fighter, should be able to win out however I want. Like, my gimmick is I'm a freaking pirate. Let's be real. Is that his
gimmick?
Yeah, Captain Brian Kendrick, basically. That's why the captain's hook and everything.
Okay, I never got that.
They've de-emphasized all the piratey parts of it since the Cruiserweight Classic.
Well, I just figured that he, just like Peter Pan, and that's why it's called the captain's hook. I had no idea that it was supposed to be a pirate thing. I thought he just dressed like a retard.
It was supposed to be a pirate. During the Cruiserweight Classic, he came out even with like a pirate flag, like his colors.
Okay.
And they completely abandoned that, but kept like some of the parts. But we could emphasize that again. You know, it's not cheating. It's this is a fight sort of thing. You go with that, and you could even throw the clown stuff in there if you really want to. You go about that 2-3 more times, and Gallagher gets a win after Kendrick cheats. And then that snaps Kendrick. We're doing this no DQ, and we're right where we are now. But it's made sense. There's a reason for the feud to happen. Whereas with this feud, it felt like they pulled two names out of the hat and said, "You guys are feuding now." Brian, you think he's a clown? Just go with it.
Sir, I think you overestimated the talents of the 120,000 writers they have on staff.
Probably. I've concocted a better storyline than they did right there.
Possibly if they hired 156,000, they might come up with that idea.
And that literally was just me watching the match and going, this feud would have made a lot more sense if there was some kind of Kendrick getting DQ'd gimmick to this.
Yup.
So, yeah.
So this is the only bright spot in the entire feud. Other than when I thought they were going to have a duel.
That was good. That was good. That was the highlight of the feud for Kendrick.
Yeah. He's like, oh, God. And he's all crazy and freaked out. Oh, maybe if I challenge him to a duel. And then the next week, fuck, they're going to have a duel. Holy shit, he's got weapons.
No, we're not going to have a duel. Clouds have duels. Oh, God, we're back to this again, aren't we?
Yeah, it was almost a thing that was going to be cool, and then it wasn't. And then they had a match, and this no DQ match was very cool.
Yeah, it was going pretty well.
And then it wasn't.
I like the crowd being in it. There were a couple of people in the crowd trying to get Jack to bring him over to them.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Then we had Rich Swann versus Arya Daivari. Take it away, sir.
Typical match. I mean, absolutely nothing special. Rich Swann does some flippy shit. Arya Daivari kind of does a little bit, but he sort of mat wrestles, but he doesn't really have does he have a style? Because I can't pick up on anything he's doing in the ring other than just basic wrestling.
That's all. If you want the WWE answer, that's all he does.
Okay. And again, he's trying to...
does some kind of power stuff, I guess, as well.
I would like to point out the fact that he mispronounces Iran all the time. For a guy who's supposed to be Iranian, it's not Iranian. You're not Pee Wee fucking Herman. So, I mean, it's an okay match. And TJ Penis was on the commentary, doing serviceable commentary. At least he was good on commentary, not distracting, not crazy, not delusional. He was like a human person that happened to be on commentary and is a wrestler. It was the best thing that anybody's done on guest commentary all year, other than Rocky. Rocky Romero does not count because Rocky Romero's a special guy. Roppongi Vice. So yeah, and then what was it? Davari goes out of the ring, grabs one of TJP's crutches. And, yeah, I'm getting to that. God damn it! He grabs one of TJP's crutches, goes back in the ring, or doesn't get all the way back in the ring, does he? I can't remember. Anyway,
he did not get all the way back in the ring now.
He goes towards the ring area, and TJP hobbles and limps and thrashes and gesticulates and gets all lugubrious and snatches his crutch back, and then he and Arya Davari have a tussle, and then TJP starts springboarding and moonsaulting and does a triple backbendy Lindy Hindu squat Plex 5000. And it's suddenly revealed that maybe his knee is not damaged.
So fake injury angle, basically.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Before all of the shenanigans, Rich Swann got a roll up because Davari was all peeved and like, "Why did you take your crutch back, man? What the fuck? I thought we were, fellow humans or something."
There's a lot of ass backwards logic in this whole finish.
There's a lot of ass for pageantry. So. I like the fact that Rich Swann got the win, via shenanigans or not, to kind of even up the weird, I distracted you, and then I distracted the other guy, and I'm not really sure where TJP is going with this, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm just glad to see TJP, again, doing some character development. And he sold everything really well. He sold the fact that, like, God damn it, I got busted on my own fucking shit. I like all that. It was all good. It's just that the match wasn't very good. It was serviceable.
It was serviceable. This storyline has been very up and down for me. Like, there's times where it's really lost me, but there's times where I'm really interested to see where it goes. It's had a lot of turns to it. I'll give it this. It's not predictable.
Mm-hmm.
This has been one of their more complex 205 storyline. But still mixed on it.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where we need some sort of... We've done all the preamble. We understand the players. We know what setting it is. We got all that. Where's this going? Like, what's the end game? What's the... Are they going to keep doing this weird rambly shit for like a year and never finish anything? I mean, I'm fine with that with the Fashion Files because we just keep getting to see the Fashion Files. But, I mean, this is a feud. We need, some sort of...
Next stage.
Yeah, give us an aside. Give us a soliloquy. I say rather. Just somewhere. Show me some motivation here. Yes, we got one guy who's a dick. We got another guy who's not a dick. They both can wrestle. But what of it?
Pretty much. Then we had a 6-man tag. Tony Nese, Noam Dar, Drew Gulak versus Grand Metalik, Cedric Alexander, and Enzo Amore. Had some hype packages for this. Both teams getting like a backstage segment, which I really enjoyed Drew Gulak's work during. I thought his mic work was actually quite good. Just continuing on with his gimmick of better 205 Live and so on. Mm-hmm. How Enzo's not a part of it, which is not surprising. But Noam Dar, pretty bad. Tony Nese needs some work. The sauce, dough, and cheese deal, I don't know. Didn't do much for me.
I was waiting for... I thought he was going to say the sausage. I was going, oh, penis joke. He didn't go that far.
Technically you need sauce more than the sausage.
I basically completely tuned out during the heel promo, and I was pretty interested when Enzo showed up. He's a relatable dude. He's zany and wacky and crazy, but somehow relatable. And so I thought it was okay. Obviously not his best work ever. But I really liked his promo when he came down to the ring. What are you even doing in the ring? You look like Captain Underpants.
Yeah, that part was good. I did fully enjoy the pre-match promo via Enzo Amore.
It looked like Cedric. You can't see Grand Metalik's face, but it looked like the two of them really kind of enjoyed hanging out and just being there whilst Enzo cut promos on people.
Yep.
It looked like they were really having fun. Like, what is he going to say next? This is going to be interesting.
Uh-huh. He is still dynamite on the mic, and he is bringing interest to 205. So, as much as I really wasn't particularly fond of this idea, delivering it now.
Yeah.
I am going to point out kayfabe problem here. Enzo and Drew Gulak are locking up in the ring. And according to their announced weights, Drew Gulak is 17 pounds lighter than Enzo. Bullshit.
It's all penis.
Bull fucking shit. His dick must weigh about 20 pounds. Like, there's no way. There's no way that Drew Gulak isn't larger than him. Like, that's just all there's to it.
He's taller. It's just, it's mostly body hair and penis.
Because it's not even like Enzo's that thick. I think Gulak might be the thicker of the two and the taller of the two.
I don't know. It was, now, watching the opening part of this match, I had the distinct impression that Gulak was intentionally fucking with the match. Like, there was a bunch of spots where things were supposed to happen. Maybe it was just Enzo selling it really well. I'll give him all the credit for that. But it looked to me like Gulak was legit not doing the spots he should be doing just to mess with Enzo. Is that wrong?
I kind of doubt it unless there's like some kind of order from on high to do so.
Yeah.
Because Gulak's not exactly a guy comfortable enough in his roster spot to do that kind of thing. Like, I could see Neville doing that or something.
Yeah.
Someone they can't fire, basically. But,
yeah,
like, Gulak, they could totally can. So, I doubt it, unless there's some kind of directive from higher up in the company to fuck with Enzo. Which there may be. There may be. This is WWE we're talking about. That's not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a pretty good match. Nothing you wouldn't really expect. Good stereo dives from Metalik and Alexander. And Enzo teases us with a third dive, but gets foiled by, I think, Tony Nese.
Yeah. I enjoyed the finish to the match. I enjoyed Enzo cheating and the heels being very pissed off. And then the other faces are just with Enzo going, oh, ho, 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 you got schooled.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of that. I'm fine with Enzo cheating to win. I'd be fine with Enzo cheating to win over Neville, because I want to see Neville go absolutely berserk again. And I want to see the promos that could possibly come from a newly crowned champion Enzo. You imagine the shenanigans?
Oh my god, the cutting the promos on Cass would never end.
Never.
I got the gold 7-footer.
Hey, you where money is, where's your belt?
Where's your belt? Around your knee? Maybe around your knee, I don't know.
I don't know, maybe if you had a belt to hold your knee together.
I could enjoy that, I could dig that. Yeah, Enzo wins. Enzo wins with the rope assisted pin.
Is that his new finisher, the Jordunzo?
I think that's what they're trying to get over as his new finisher.
Okay, I'm fine with it. I mean, it totally works for his body type and kind of the athletic shenanigans, and he loves Jordans. So, I mean, it totally makes sense that he would make the Jordan shoe part of his finisher. Totally works.
Totally, yeah.
Absolutely, front to back.
Just an interesting fact of this match. Noam Dar was never actually in the match.
Was he hurt? Like,
I don't know.
His head looks swelled up.
Maybe. I was watching Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer talk about this match. Dave Meltzer, for the life of him, could not remember who the third heel in the match was. And Brian Alvarez is like, it was Noam Dar. He's like, oh, right, he was never actually in the match, so I can't remember him.
That's fucking funny.
So there may be something to that. Might be a little bit injured or something. But I think this is also part of Noam Dar's gimmick, because you remember when they did that 8-man tag match 2 weeks ago? He wouldn't tag in for the heel team in that match either. So
that's pretty funny.
I think that's a storyline gimmick thing for Dar at this point.
I'm cool with it. It works for me. I don't have to see his mediocre skill set. Well, mediocre repertoire he's allowed to use, I guess. I keep being told that he's very good, but I've never ever once seen him do anything that I appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you enjoyed the I Quit match with Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, but that's because Cedric Alexander basically kicked the fuck out of him, and then he was forced to be at least a little creative with weaponry. So, it's basically the reason why I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I didn't say it was like something you can replicate. I just said you enjoyed the match. Yeah,
that's
you
true.
Enjoyed what he did. And then, he dumped Alicia Fox for no real apparent reason.
Alicia Fox.
So that's all for NXT. Not a great show. can't really point to a match that I was really, really enjoying. I think if Gallagher and Kendrick didn't need to get cut short, that probably would have been very good.
I was really enjoying that match up until that point. As soon as I saw blood, I'm like, are they relaxing the rules? Oh, no, here comes the doctor. Shit, this is going to get stopped.
Well, I suspect there was something more, because they did clean up the cut, and they actually stopped the bleeding, because he's not bleeding at the end. And
or at least nowhere near as bad.
Yeah. So I assumed there was something additionally. Probably, I would suggest a concussion.
That's very possible. Or they were maybe he was just told to sell it, and they went to town on that one. It doesn't make any sense for the storyline at all, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, pretty, not a great show, but not bad. I'll give it a pass.
Yeah, it was. I remember being very tired watching this, and then NXT last night, and I skipped all the things I knew that were going to be garbage. And watched the matches, and I didn't remember being in any way, shape, or form displeased. Just when the end of the hardcore match or the no DQ match, and yeah, everything else, it was good. It was good.
So we start off NXT with Sanity getting jumped outside in the parking lot, along with some of the security.
That's some shenanigans. Who the heck was doing that? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a guy whose initials might be A and C, and his catchphrase may be, "Baby!"
That's possible. Initially I was like, Authors of Pain just wrecked shop. This is brutal. Could have been Larson.
Could have. Stone Cold Larson.
And Larson.
Then we get to Drew McIntyre cutting his basically inauguration promo and challenging the locker room effectively. And Roderick Strong comes out to answer.
Yarp. I liked it. I like the face-on-face confrontation. I like the fact that the guy's like, see, this is what I want. This is a man standing up and answering a challenge. God damn it. I like that. It was good.
Like the crowd reaction to Adam Cole. They gave him a baby when McIntyre was talking about him. The only problem I have with this is it really makes Roderick Strong seem so bland.
I don't have any problem with him. I know what I'm getting when I get Roderick Strong.
No, it's nothing new. Like I've known that Roderick Strong's weakness as a pro wrestler is his blandness really since day one. It's never at any point changed. So the idea that it could change isn't in my brain. Like I accept that this is what he is. He's gonna give me fantastic matches with just about everybody, and he'll do a good earnest babyface promo every once in a while. It's just that I don't think that plays to his strengths with McIntyre being a face. It's just
and it will be kind of interesting since they have an ROH faction now. Are they going to approach him? I think they should. I think that should definitely be part of the storyline.
He is Mr. ROH after all.
He is Mr. ROH, so is the ROH faction going to get him involved? And we don't currently have a top heel, so I mean Adam Cole by default, I suppose, but he hasn't. He's only been there a day.
It's been about a week now.
Well, one episode.
Then we had Peyton Royce versus Ruby Riott, and I'm going to say this actually wasn't bad.
It wasn't as bad as the first one. It was still...
They haven't matched up before, I don't think.
There was still some spots where the Australian chick was not on point. And I think that's just a trademark of those two. They're not going to be ever as good in the ring as they really should be. And that's about it. The super, or the thrusting front kick from the non-wrestling one, I can never keep them straight, so I'm not even going to try. The non-wrestling one at the end hit the thrust kick. That was awesome. Why the hell can't the rest of her moveset be like that? Because she apparently can do that move really goddamn well. So maybe put that kind of work ethic into everything you're doing, potentially.
I really didn't have a problem with anything Peyton Royce did in the match, except for her like spinning heel kick stuff, because those are so slow.
I don't know what the deal is with these two, but they're just not ever going to be good enough. I don't think.
Oh no, I am never going to look forward to a match of either of these girls, but they're getting to the point where well, at least Peyton Royce. Billie Kay, I die watching her in the ring.
It's bad. It's super bad.
But Peyton Royce at least can do a match. If you put her in there with someone good, the match won't completely suck.
Yeah, I don't want to see them really wrestle anybody good, because it takes, the Ruby Riott matches they've had, one has been total dog shit, and this one's been acceptable. And Ruby Riott has had some smoking awesome matches with literally everybody else on the roster. So what the hell are these two doing? Just make them managers or something, and they can just yap, and then we don't have to watch them wrestle. I mean, I prefer not to hear them yap either, because they're bad at it, but
you know what? Their yapping is very over with the crowd. Like, I'm fully with you in that it does zero for me. Absolutely nothing. But it is over with the crowd. Like, they do get crowd reactions. But yeah, manager would be my pick with these two. It works better with their character, because I've said this before, the logic of their characters being wrestlers doesn't make any sense.
No.
They're not, like I said, Peyton Royce can go in the ring. She's not the worst worker they have. They do have worse. Specifically, Billie Kay is worse. But yeah, they're not very good in the ring. They've been in developmental for a long enough time that they should be passable in the ring. Like, I feel like they're not really going to get any better. So yeah, I'd go, pretty manager deal. Valets totally works. Works better with their storyline. Works better with their skills.
Yeah, I guess it's to the point. How long have they been in developmental? Like a long time now.
A couple years at the very least.
I seem to remember when I started paying attention again and found out about NXT that they were still there when basically all of the main roster wrestler females are.
Actually not that bad. Peyton Royce has only been there for 2 years, but she actually has 6 years of independent experience, which that actually makes me even feel worse.
Damn, independent where? Mongolia?
Australia, I'm assuming.
Wow, they must have a. Listen, Australian people, if you hear this, I'm not trying to talk shit about your country. Don't mail me any of your indigenous species with the exotic toxins built in. But maybe they. Oh
god, Billie Kay worked in Shimmer. Oh fuck.
For what? A cup of coffee?
For 7 years!
That's not acceptable.
She faced Mischief! She got a win over Mischief!
That's unacceptable. Whoever booked that, quit. Unless it's Mischief.
At least she immediately followed that up by doing the job to cheerleader Melissa.
Oh, there you go.
She's also got a win over Mercedes Martinez while she was there. Fuck. Actually, very good talents have had to job to this lady. Oh, fuck.
That is unacceptable.
So, yeah, she's been in NXT 2 years like Peyton Royce, and she had 8 years on the independents.
Yeah, I think maybe Australian independent scene has a different standard of wrestling.
Yeah, I can't really think of many good Australian independent wrestlers. Jay White, that's about it.
I don't know. Jay White, I've seen wrestle, and he's been a wrestler.
I don't think you've ever seen a Jay White singles match. Like, you've only seen him in multi-man tags.
That's probably true, yeah. But even in in a multi-man match, he was on the USA special, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
So, for those of you at home that have not watched any New Japan, in a multi-man match, everybody gets their shit in. Everybody gets a chance to get their shit in, and then somebody eats a pin. That's how these matches go, and they're really good. Most of the time, they're really good. I don't remember a single thing Jay White did.
Yeah, he was very minor parts of that, because, he was kind of the extra body there, kind of the let's put it this way: every team in a multi-man match in New Japan usually has a fall guy. Like, he's not necessarily going to eat the fall, but he's the guy on the team that, you know, if they're going to lose, he's the one doing the job. And Jay White was that for his team.
Yeah.
Because he was on the Taguchi Japan team all the time.
Yep. The Gooch.
But without Taguchi, so it wasn't as fun.
They were Goochless.
They were Goochless.
Gooch.
But yeah, Ruby Riott did a pretty badass powerbomb here, pretty badass suicide dive as well.
The
finish was good.
Nightshade knee driver into the corner. Every single time she's been in the ring with a substandard wrestler, she's had to tone it way down. Super soft birthday party style.
Yep. Did a good finish, though, with the distraction of the referee. And like you said, Billy Kay actually did a really good big boot on the outside. Shades of K, I believe they call it. Which, by the way, do we really have to give a name to a big boot?
That was kind of more than a big boot. That was more like a thrust kick.
True.
That was actually really well done. Big boots are sucky, they're lame, and should never ever crop up ever again because they're dumb.
And bridging suplex for the 3. Her fisherman suplex is actually quite good, Peyton Royce. But yeah, for how long these girls have apparently been in the business, and in Billy Kay's case, apparently in Shimmer's women's athletes, which I've not watched in a long time. I apparently completely missed her time there. But yeah, she's got wins over people I have a lot of respect for.
Unacceptable!
Then we get William Regal talking with Cassius Ohno backstage, and Ohno wants a Tommy. Regal's good with that, gives it to him next week, and Ohno wants no DQ added. So we get no DQ, Cassius Ohno versus Hideo Itami.
I am excited.
I'm excited in the pants.
I'm just hoping they don't
book a fuck
finish. They book a fuck finish to a match I really want to see. I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I'd hope not. Then we had what generously is a squash match. Heavy Machinery versus Damian O'Wheel and Edwin Negron. I had to look so long to actually find these guys' names because I couldn't figure it out from the broadcast. I had to dig. I literally just finally said, okay, I'm going to just look up Heavy Machinery and look up their match results. Oh, look at that. There we go. We got the answer finally. Mm-hmm. They're not on any roster for NXT that I could find.
I figured they were just job names. Even if they're trainees, I wouldn't expect these guys to ever come back out with those names.
They're terrible names, too. Holy hell.
Yeah.
The really only notable spot I got here is that Damian O'Wheel actually backed up in a lockup with Otis Dozovich so far that he was on top of the turnbuckle getting a rope break.
That was awesome. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed that a great deal.
Also like that Wheels is just going, no! And Dozovich is going, oh yeah! Heavy Machinery does all kinds of things for me. I love these guys.
Stakes and weights, baby. Stakes and weights.
Yeah, I specifically like Otis Dozovich. Tucker Knight kind of is just a big guy to me, but
I think he's perfect because Dozovich is crazy. But Tucker Knight's just kind of like, hey guys, how's it? Yeah, we'll lift weights and eat stuff. Yeah. And Dozovich's like, yeah, no, we're gonna do now. He spouts gibberish. You can't understand half of what he's saying.
I can because he's just mixing various Yugoslavian dialects with English.
That's not even a real language. Come on.
I love it.
It's good. I enjoy it.
So yeah, they get the win with the compactor. Nothing really to see here, but still
double
awesome.
Compactor.
Yeah, double compactor. Then we had William Regal put Lars Sullivan in a 3v1 match next week.
He just smiles and goes, and walks off.
And then we move on to the main event of the evening. Roddy Strong, Bobby Roode. Right off the bat, Roddy Strong showing why he is the messiah of the backbreaker with a interesting, he had Rude's legs, and Rude was grabbing the rope, so he just pulled him up, kind of jerked him up on the ropes and hit him with a backbreaker.
So many backbreakers in this match.
Well, both of them do backbreakers a lot, though, which is pretty funny. Because Bobby Roode's even giving Roddy Strong the backbreaker. It's kind of like, how does that feel?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think my favorite was the single knee backbreaker near the end, where he just like chucked him up there, and then fuck it, you're gonna land on my knee, backbreaker.
This match was really, really good, which bears the question: why the hell was their prior encounter so unremarkable? Except for the really bad finish.
A fuck finish, yeah.
Well, I mean, even up to the finish, I wasn't really into it.
I did like that match. I liked that match right up to the point where the fuck finish just spoiled everything. And then I can't enjoy that match now. Thanks for coming out.
I stated, I see problems in Roddy Strong as like a top face and whatever, but in the ring, fuck yeah. Does great use of backbreakers, great use of running kicks. He's really, really good at. He's just really, really good at everything that he does in the ring. It's fantastic.
They should do a Kane gimmick with him. It's like, Roddy Strong has been over the weekend was in a terrible accident, and then he's off TV for like 4 months, and he comes out with the fucking mask on, and then he doesn't have to do promos anymore, and he just tear the house down.
I do like how his wife is playing like 2 very separate characters on TV right now. When she's there with
and also a doctor on TV.
Well, no, when she's with Bobby Roode, she's like this like sweet chick, basically, the cute couple. And when she's with the 4 Horsewoman, she seems like such a bitch. It's freaking hilarious.
Nice.
Although, speaking of the 4 Horsewomen, Jessamine Duke is aged very badly. I'm just gonna throw that out there. She looks like she has been on the pipe. Just saying.
Can confirm.
Had to watch her for an entire season of The Ultimate Fighter, and she was quite attractive then. Now, looks like she's been on the pipe. Just saying. But anyways, back to this match. Not really any spots to talk about particularly. Like this wasn't really a high spot match.
It was really well put together. It had great backbreakers. Fuck yeah.
I really like the finish with Bobby Roode with Roddy Strong giving Bobby Roode the kiss, blows him the kiss, and then hits him with the end of Heartbreak to get the win. And then after the match, Drew McIntyre's music hits, comes out, does gives Roddy his props, holds up the belt. These 2 are meeting up for it, and then Adam Cole, baby, strikes along with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. They beat down Drew McIntyre. William Regal and security comes out, and William Regal has officially become the greatest general manager in wrestling history. I've never seen like an authority figure look so angry and intimidating as William Regal in this scene.
He looked like the fucking British Terminator with great hair. Like, I'm coming for you. And then they just like ran away, basically. Like, it's our territory now. It's our territory.
It's our generation. It's our time. And as they're running away from 2 security guards at William Regal.
Yeah, William Regal is out front and on a warpath.
We were joking. It's like, it's time for you to be stretched. Have you met my friend Mr. Finlay?
Yep.
William Regal's so good. Best GM. It's screw Daniel Bryan. Screw Kurt Angle.
Whoa.
William Regal. Daniel Bryan I enjoy more as a talent, as a wrestler. William Regal is a far better authority figure.
Mm-hmm.
Not even close. Not remotely close.
Probably true.
So that was the show. Really enjoyed NXT. Like I said, 205 was a mixed bag, at best. And that's kind of how it's been for like a lot of time. Like the few times 205 has been really good, it's been like developmental night on NXT where no one any really good wrestles. It's a bunch of guys you gotta get TV time. Like I totally understand it, but they tend to line those up with like good 205 shows, and then the good NXT shows get lined up with kind of mediocre 205 shows. So I would like a week where both are good, like really, really good.
I would like all of the weeks where both of them are good.
Well, I kind of accept that NXT is going to occasionally be kind of crappy. It's going to occasionally be, all right, gentlemen, it's time for the B team to get out there, get some time out there, do their thing. We'll ride with it. because it is a developmental brand, despite, like, I keep hearing people saying, no, it's a third brand. It's not a developmental brand again anymore. No. ECW was a third brand. NXT has guys, when you're done with NXT, you go to, and I'm putting air quotes here, the main roster. You are AAA baseball. This is the developmental league. So I think to treat it as anything else is just kind of silly.
You're silly!
Well, yeah.
Well, there you go.
I've never made any pretense at not being silly.
Well, maybe you should try.
I mean, I'm a drunken Slav. That's just really all there is to it.
You say drunken slut there for a second. I'm like, well, you're not wrong.
Whoa. That would involve people wanting to have sex with me.
Well, I mean, you can just keep offering.
No, at that point, you're not even a slut. Like, you're below a slut at that point.
I suppose.
You're the drunken party girl at that point.
True story.
So, yeah, pretty good stuff. Checked out the Mae Young Classic. Only got to see 3 of the first 4 episodes because they took one down. I don't remember her first name still, but the Brazilian chick with Conti's her last name versus Lacey Evans. Really good match.
Jerry Conti?
No. It's like something with a C.
I don't know.
That was really good. Also really enjoyed, of course, Kairi Sane versus Tessa Blanchard. That was a very solid match. Sad to see Tessa Blanchard not in the tournament anymore. Shayna Baszler's match was interesting for a little bit, but it kind of fell apart towards the end. Hopefully see better things from her. They're also pimping Josh Barnett really hard when she comes out. Like, trained by Josh Barnett.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, we're really going hard on the MMA references like that people may not even know.
Maybe they're trying to sign Josh Barnett.
I've been down with it. Well, actually, I don't know about that. I've only seen Josh Barnett wrestle once, and to be honest, he almost broke the dude's neck on like a very routine move. So I don't even know if I really want to see that.
I'm interested to see it on a few people. Put him in feud with The Miz.
Oh, you just hate The Miz.
A little bit.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying. Colors your judgment.
Hey, whoa. You're saying my judgment is racist?
Not really. You don't seem to have any particular problems with black people.
Truth.
Do you enjoy Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin's debut as a tag team?
I didn't watch it.
You should. It was not bad. It's a pretty decent matchup with the Ascension.
So I don't watch the B shows?
I skimmed them and stopped to watch what I think might be interesting.
Yeah, fair enough. I just thought apparently I should check out the orchestrated pipe bomb, because apparently it's good, but maybe I'll get around to it, maybe I won't.
Maybe. You talking about the Miz one or something else?
No, God, no. The Cena promo.
Oh, the Cena Roman Reigns stuff, right. Gotcha. I actually enjoyed the Miz's promo more than that, to be honest.
Huh.
Miz does decent work when he's just basically playing, I am offended that I hold the Intercontinental title and get stuck on the pre-show.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So that's all we got for this week. We're almost done the G1, so we'll have that video out soon. We'll also have an episode of Lucha Underground reviewed soon.
Lucha.
Probably, I would say, before the end of the week. Maybe Monday. I don't know. We'll see. And that is it. So, till next time, I'm Mike, he's Byron, and get off his lawn.
Breeze.